got an IAG Stage 2 tough block with 1200 FICs, a 340 pump, a Blausch 3.0, the wastegates, IAG AOSs, everything these guys could talk me into buying for it, man. Big old $700 oil pan, looks like it's ready to get a hole put in it in any minute. The heavy duty clutch, XD. Yeah, the XD HD clutch.
So you basically got stock heads, right?
Yeah, and stock heads.
So what's your goal today?
To leave here without a rod through the pan.
Okay.
I'd like to see 400, but if I leave with 360, I'm happy.
375 would be a good number.
Pump gas, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a beautiful car. What year is it?
It's 14.
14 STI.
It's like the lowest mile car that ever had a rod knot.
It's awesome.
No, it's not.
No, I beg to differ. I've seen like 5,000 mile cars have rod knock.
Dude, that's gnarly. This thing was big.
Yeah, it looks good. Well, we're going to get this thing on the dyno, and we're going to get tuning on it and see what we can do. See if I can hit his goal or at least get close to it today. So here we go. All right, so we're getting ready to go on the dyno here, and we're having an issue with fuel pressure. So at idle, the fuel pressure was pegged over 50 PSI, and then we tried loosening this nut as far as it would go, and it's still not dropping. So we're trying to figure out if the regulator is bad or what's going on. So we're gonna switch out the regulator with one we have here, a good known one, and then see if our fuel pressure is any better. So hopefully that fixes it. So we switched out the fuel pressure regulator. And as you can see now, fuel pressure is perfect. So it was definitely the regulator was bad, causing our problem. So now that we got the fuel pressure figured out, we can start tuning. All right, so after a couple pulls, I'm having trouble hitting my target boost, and I'm running a lot of duty cycles. So as you can see here, we're only hitting, the first pull was like 12 PSI, the second pull was like 13 PSI or so, and that's with a 30% wastegate duty increase. So definitely did some research here, went and checked out the setup. He's got a really small spring in the wastegate, which is kind of disappointing. So we don't have any other springs here at the moment, and he's from out of town, so I'm gonna try to do my best and see if I can get this thing to stand up, but it's not looking good so far. So I'm gonna try to work some magic and see what I can do with this small spring. So So cranked up duty cycle a whole lot more, and we're at about 14.5 psi now, which is better, but still way off from our target where we want to be. We're trying to hit 22 pounds on this setup around there, but judging by the wastegate duty cycle, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to hit it, but I'm going to keep trying here. Got some stuff on the map I need to smooth out. Air fuel's a little rough, so we're going to smooth that out now that we got some boost in it. If you look at the curve here, curve's got a little dip and a plateau right there. We're going to smooth that out. I'm going to mess with the cam angles and see if I can get that a little better. But yeah, got some work to do, so here we go. Well, we hit about 20 psi that time, which is really good because we're really close, but our wastegate duty cycle is really high right now. We're pushing the little solenoid for all it's got. We're going to try to get them as much power as we can today, so not looking too shabby so far. 324 is not bad. So I think I can get more out of it though. I got a lot of smoothing to do. Just over 20.5 pounds. Wastegate duty's maxed out, so now we're gonna have to work on air fuel and timing and see if we can improve on those numbers. All right, well, just got done with the dyno session on this thing. We had an issue with the wastegate duty. We're maxed out, so we're at about 20.5 PSI right now. A little shy of our 22-pound target because the spring that's in the wastegate's just way too small for this setup. So he's going to change the spring later and come back maybe for some E85, and then we'll spice it up a little bit. But car did really good. Show you the final graph here. So final results were 336 Mustang dyno, which works out to 381 on a dyno jet. And the torque was 325. And that's at 20 PSI on pump gas. So what do you think, Mr. Coe? Are you happy?
I'm so happy the rods are still in it, man. Yeah, no, I'll tell you in 10 minutes or so.
All right, well, they're going to go do a little trip to Mexico, and maybe we'll get you guys a little clip for that for the video. But until next time, we'll see you later.